welcome all. I want to declare immediately out of the gate, this is not a show. What you're watching right now, this is not a show. This is not WATP. In fact, get that logo off the screen. This is not WATP. This is a hang, guys. I'm hanging with my buddy Tukey. What's up, Tukey?
Yo, what's up, Carl? Aussie guy, how are you?
The Aussie guy is in the house. What's happening, the Aussie guy?
Thank you for having me. I know everyone's going, who the fuck is this guy? But no, I appreciate you giving me the platform, Carl, and a chance to get this off my chest because, as you can imagine, I live in Perth, Western Australia, and not a lot of people around here know about, the likes of Stuttering John and Steel Toes.
Well, it's very different where I live. I go to the grocery store, and that's all anyone talks about. They're like, oh, you're the guy who's on the internet who talks about Stuttering John. I'm like, yeah. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, exactly.
But before we get into anything, also, Soft Weekly is going to join us. He's being very difficult. I've sent him the link multiple times. He needs an email, and he won't give me his email address. Anyway, we'll get Soft Weekly out here momentarily. Hopefully, I'm working on it behind the scenes. But here's what I want to start off with. Here's what I want to say to both of you guys. The reason why we're here today is because 2 weeks ago, I came on this very YouTube channel, and I declared, this has to be a work.
Mm-hmm. I'm still with you, Carl.
Aaron Imholte came on his show and said, I'm getting a divorce from April. Something that people had been predicting for at least the past 4 weeks, but even before that, there was a lot of speculation about it. And I said, okay, this has to be a work. There's no way this is real. No one would behave like this. No one would be lying to their audience like this and then come back and just say, no, guys, you were all right. I was lying all this time. April and I are getting a divorce. I went, well, this seems fishy. Why? How can somebody do a 180 like that and have any credibility? It's got to be a work, and April's going to show up on Monday and have a big laugh with them. Well, it turns out I was completely wrong. And so I wanted to bring you guys on to tell me how I got it so wrong, because apparently I wasn't paying close attention to what Aaron was up to.
Well, it's funny for me, and the reason I'm here is because, I listened to your show that day when you declared you thought it'd be wet. And when you announced what your theory was, I went, oh, Carl, oh, no. No, what are you doing?
Oh, trust me, I got the text messages from Melton and everyone else too. Like, oh, you couldn't be more wrong about this. Yeah. But hey, it would have been a great work if Aaron could have pulled that off. You got to give me that. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
No, this is something I wanted to address with you. Like, what would be great about that work? Like, he's gone to his wife and gone, hey, honey, let's let the internet run a smear campaign on you and call you a drug-addicted whore for a while, and then we can come on stream and go, ha, we fooled ya, but the videos are still out there, you know?
Well, here's the thing. My thought was April did need to take time off from the show. She was not happy with what was going on. All of those things were true, but then bring her back to own the haters. And then you could pretend like, no, it never bothered her. This was all work. That was my thinking on it. It was similar to, and I mentioned this before, but the way that Bob Levy did the work on Kevin Brennan and Stuttering John, at first it wasn't a work. He was just taking time off from the show. He had shit he had to do. And then everyone's speculating, oh my gosh, Bob probably left the Shuley network. Bob's gone. They were having contract talks in the back, all this stuff. So then Bob fed that. They fell for it. And next thing you know, perfect work.
Yeah, brilliant, Carl. That's Levy leaving the Shuley network. We're talking about a drug-addicted whore at this point. Like, they're very different works, Carl.
Correct. You know? You are right about that, the Aussie guy. You are right about that.
Mm-hmm. I was with you originally, Carl. I couldn't imagine how he went from Aaron or April is a precious angel. We have to do it. We have to hit the goal for April until she gets better. The love of my life, the apple of my eye. To... yeah, we're getting a divorce. Like everything, like it happened so quick.
It seems crazy, right?
Insanely crazy. And then the whole idea that like she went to these people's house that they were hanging out and they've only known them for like 6 months. And then all the sex rumors. And it was like, wow, did April literally be like, wow, it's a lot nicer here. I think I'm just going to stay here. Like,
well, and think about it at the time. And I was following Patrick Melton and what he was talking about. Mm-hmm. I think that if you had asked Patrick Melton 4 or 5 weeks ago, if he really believes that there's these orgies going on and that Aaron's a cock and they're all coke heads and there's just coke-fueled sex parties, he'd be like, I mean, it's fun to talk about, but I'm just making this up. We're just speculating here. And yet, that's all true. It turns out it's crazy.
Well, and what Aaron's current angle seems to be, because other than the money and the viewers, like he cares about that, but what his current angle seems to be is he's realized everyone thinks he's a cuck, and so now he's pushing the swinger thing. Like, yeah, no, I got to bang her too. You know, like he seems bothered by everyone realizing he's just been fucked out of his marriage.
Yeah, well, he alluded to, and he's sending all these mixed signals and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I feel he's lost all credibility. I mean, right now he's the insider for the Nick Rekieta drama, so he's got viewers watching him for that reason specifically. But he's lost all credibility because this is a guy who likes to talk about his personal life, likes to be open and honest about himself, like the original Howard Stern model going back to the 80s. Like, wow, he's being authentic and real and telling you that he can't satisfy his wife. Isn't this great? And then it turns out that he was just lying to everyone for months. And you go, oh, okay, well, then why would I ever listen to anything he has to say ever again?
That's who he is. That really is who he is. And it's what he's been all along, but it's so minor. It's been so minor for, 18 months since he poked his head into the Dabbleverse. But like my key thing with him is it's deflect, gaslight. So he just tries to push things off to the side, just don't draw attention to it. And then once a little bit of time's passed, now I'm going to rewrite the story. Now I'm going to tell you how it went. And the prime example is the fight with Melton, the boxing challenge, where Aaron challenged Patrick. Patrick said, I accept. And then Aaron deflected for a while and then said he backed down from me. You know what I mean? Like, it's petty little shit. But it's stuff like that he's been doing for ages. But now it's a major thing and everyone's zoning in on it and we're all picking up on every little thing he's saying.
Yeah, and I should have been looking at this more cynically. I should have been looking at this through my stuttering John lens and realizing this guy's a narcissist. And that was really...
No, Carl. He was for 2 days.
I know. That's what really got me on this whole topic, because I wasn't really on this beat. And then all of a sudden he comes out, claims he's a narcissist. That's why April left. It's all his fault. He's going to get help. He's going to do the work. And a week later, he's just like, nope, turns out I'm perfect. So that's cool.
Aaron is so much better than the rest of us. He was able to not only self-diagnose himself, but also self-cure himself.
Did he allude to the fact that he was like laughed out of the therapist office for even thinking he might have been a narcissist? Like, get out of here.
They told him he was lying to himself about
yes, that's right. Yeah. Yes,
that's definitely what a therapist would say to you on the
He's
first.
Not going to a therapist. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking.
They're like, get out of here, you whippersnapper. You're not a narcissist. Go back on your show that you need all the attention for and start collecting super chats. So this is what's crazy right now. This is what's happening right now in Aaron's world. You see how opportunistic he is.
Oh God, this has been so good for Steel Toe. All of this.
Yeah,
he didn't even mention the goal in the last couple of days.
He hasn't had to.
Shows. He's actually doing shows. He looks so uncomfortable. He keeps hugging himself because he's like, I want to talk about the goal, but I don't need to talk about the goal. But what else should he talk about? Oh God, what do I talk about? Someone help those kids. There are kids in that house. Someone help them. Get in there. Stop walking. What is this, Uvalde? Get in there, you bastard. Get in there. There are 5 beautiful children. Let me in there. Stop. Don't hold me back. Stop. I got kids.
It's okay. The kids are okay. They're with a family member. It's okay.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that performative empathy where he's watching Nick be on his drug stream and going, I know everyone's laughing about this, but this hurts me, man. I don't want to see this. This guy's a father. And you're just like, okay. And then the next day you have the Coke powder under your nose and you're goofing on the guy.
I had plans to do a bit of like as a father, and I was going to try and do the fake tears thing, but I can't top what Tukey just did. So we'll leave it.
Right. It's insane.
We'll leave it with Tukey. But I mean, that's the big thing, right? Isn't it? Like he's talking about how he had to protect the children and save the children. Now, Aaron thinks he's smarter than everyone, right? Like it's pretty clear. He thinks he's clever. He thinks he's, being clever about the way he words things. But the problem is he can't shut the fuck up. And he says things and he has his lies, but he doesn't stick to his lies. And then he gives you a little more details. Here's something. So he talked about having to protect the children. All right. He said his kids told him that they didn't like going to the Rekietas.
Yes.
Like it took until the kids said we're uncomfortable here before he decided he wouldn't take him to the Rekieters anymore.
The oldest had to finally speak up and say, when you guys do your benders on the weekends, can we not be there for it?
Yeah.
There's shitty Coke there, Daddy.
And also he mentioned about the 3 separate times there was cocaine in his house that the Rekieters brought. Like, you're doing this big thing about, like, I'm here to save my kids and I had to protect my kids. It's like, I honestly believe since his kids told him they were uncomfortable going there,
yeah,
of course they're going to tell mum, right?
Yep, of course.
What happened? They told mum, she called Aaron, and she's got him by the balls, and she's the only person in his mind who has power over him. And that was the moment for him. He got his ball squeezed in that moment, and that's where he had to get out.
Yeah, well, there's restraining orders that were taken out.
Yes.
I mean, this got to a legal level. I mean, the thing about this story, and it's the most interesting story to ever happen in the Dabbleverse, in my opinion, is why we're talking about it. The thing about the story is that it's way crazier than we all could have speculated it was. Hey, Soft is here. What's happening, Soft? Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. This has been a hell of a week for me, as you can imagine. I mean, it's been outstanding. There's no way we could have ever imagined that. In a lot of ways, all the dominoes started to fall exactly as we said.
Yes.
Things we were saying a year ago were just coming down the pipe and happening. And it's been amazing last night. I worked very late last night, and I didn't know you were going to do this show until 2 days ago. I worked very late last night, had no time to prep. And then Melton's doing a show about it at fucking midnight, dude. It's going crazy. It's nonstop here.
Melton's coverage has been fantastic of this whole thing. And Soft Weekly, I know this has been your beat for a long time. People can check out your YouTube channel. You've been making these types of videos for a while now, breaking this guy down. So we appreciate that. All right. The Aussie guy. What else? I know you got some notes there.
I do.
What else did you want to run down?
Yeah, well, just going back to Aaron, I just had a couple of analogies of what I thought Aaron kind of reminds me of. So first of all, for a long time, since, the early days of discovering Steel Toe, I kind of think he's Opie if he never discovered Anthony.
Oh, okay. I like that theory. All right.
Like he thinks
I'm a radio guy. I know radio. Yeah,
exactly.
A lot of those vibes.
Thinks he's hilarious and, a decent host for sure. Like, I'll give him that credit. He is a decent host, but he thinks he's hilarious. He can't concede to somebody else being his co-host. But since this cocaine stuff sort of came up and all that, this other one hit me the other day. I kind of feel like he's Danny Tanner if he was trying to be Bob Saget.
Ooh.
Explain that.
That's good.
Explain that.
I thought of Aaron as Danny Tanner too, like cleaning the house while everyone else is fucking in the other room. He's just like,
so Danny Tanner's like a cornball. He's the cornball hack. You know what I mean? And obviously Bob Saget is the blue comic. He's doing the cocaine and fucking.
This dude is fucking corny.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it's as if that character is trying to be the blue Bob Saget character, but he doesn't have it in him because he's a cornball hack.
Okay, I like that a lot because I wrote down in my notes as I'm watching these shows and how Aaron's dealing with all this. He's such a nerd. And I could see where like the Rekieta is like Nick is like, all right, should we try do some blow with these guys? Are they gonna be cool about it? And you're always worried at first when you invite someone new into the Coke circle. You're like, is this guy cool? Is he gonna be all right with this? Is he gonna go out and blab about this and call people's parents and shit like that? He's a nerd who went out and called people's parents.
Immediately, not cool.
Not cool. That's a fucking nerd move right there. Not good.
He comes across as such even in his own stories, he's a buzzkill. Like, I tapped Rekieta on the shoulder and I said, "Man, you're doing a lot of cocaine. You can't do that. It's gonna kill
How
you."
much cocaine can one father do? You have five beautiful children upstairs, and all you can think about is the magnitude of cocaine that you can get into your system. Get a hold of yourself, man.
Nick was doing one fat rail for every kid that he has not taking care of. It was crazy.
Yeah,
by the powers of the toe, I saw this coming. I saw that. Why won't anyone listen to me? I'm living in the Twilight Zone. We need to get out of here.
Aaron was trying to equate the amount of cocaine you can do with how many kids you have. Like if only Nick had less kids, he could do that amount of cocaine.
That'd be fine, of course. Before I forget, did anybody watch the new South Park that came out last night?
No.
Did not.
Holy shit, it's hilarious. And it's very funny because Randy Marsh, of course, is the main character as usual. And they talk about how much fun it is to do Coke and Molly specifically. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? How are all of these worlds colliding? I want to thank Purple for coming in here. $2 says the Baldo was captured. Think of the Keeds.
The Keeds. Why won't anyone think about the Keeds?
The Dabbleverse and Baldoverse when worlds meet. That is correct. We're here. We're here for it. Annie coming in, member for a month. Thank you for not killing yourselves. Thank you for covering this drama. This is definitely the funniest work in the Dabbleverse. I miss April. Said no one ever.
Where is April now? Because even in the report, she put her address as the Requietas. So now does everyone just go back to the Requietas?
They are doing rails tonight. Are you kidding me?
Dude, one of the funnier things that happened, so Aaron's on his show just reading all these chats and responding to it. And somebody goes in there and he goes, would you take April back if she wanted to come back to you? And he's like, well, there'd be some rules. Like, April's not coming back. She wants nothing to do with you. You're a buzzkill. You're not fun. Like, why would you even entertain that question? It makes you sound like an idiot. Like you're fantasizing about your wife coming back. It's not happening.
Shut up, Carl. I was horribly addicted to cocaine for 3 days. I tried it 3 times.
I've been in the trenches, man.
It was the worst 3 days of my life.
I snorted 2 French fries.
But by the power of the toe, I was able to persevere and get over the cocaine. Get over it. Damn it.
JS says, have you apologized used to Aaron for thinking this was a work before you read this super chat? Yes, I did. That was the first thing I said immediately. Like, how did I get this so wrong? Why am I such an idiot? Which is why I'm bringing these fine folks on who understand this better than I do.
I think I sent you, I hadn't texted you in a while, but when I saw that, I think I texted you immediately and go, Carl, I love you, but you are so fucking wrong.
You weren't the only one to send me that text, but I really wanted to believe it was a work. It would have been a great work if you could have pulled it off. And even Aaron was mad at me. I'm like, dude, I have your back on this. Aaron never listens to anything I say or watches anything I do. So he's just like, oh, so now he's ball washing Melton. I'm like, no, I disagreed with Melton on every point that he made. What are you talking about? It turns out I'm the idiot. I should have been ball washing Melton. Blind Mike says, emergency episodes are gayer than not having kids. Love Tukey, though. Blind Mike Project tomorrow at 10 a.m. Check out Blind Mike Project when it's live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks, Mike.
You really fucked yourself, Carl, though. I think you could have been in Steel Toe's 3rd wedding party if you played your cards right.
You're right.
That happening now.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either. Unless I can maybe get in through like a Chrissy Mayer angle or something. We'll see. We'll see what I can do.
I also want to say, Carl, can I get your phone number just so we can have a phone call? So then we're friends, because one phone call and a couple of messages, that counts as being friends.
That's all it takes for sure. Yeah. Michael C says April's children planted the blow. It's a work. Oh, I knew it. All right, let's go with that. Yeah. Maybe not. Chad's Handicap fan says, I saw Shuey live last year and he did the same material that he did on Sirius in 2014. Do you think using near decade old stuff is a John move? Probably.
Definitely a Chad move.
Definitely a Chad move. I don't know how that works for comics, especially someone who's not touring all the time. But I'm always impressed when I see a comedian twice over 2 years and it's all new material. I'm always blown away by that. I expect there to be some stuff that he's done before. I mean, Carlin would go out and do stuff you've seen on specials before. So
you guys hear this Michael Vick guy and what he's in trouble for?
Kardashians. You guys hear about these people?
Oh.
Big celebrities? You guys like the Kardashians? All right, I'll get back to the Super Chats in a second, but Soft, I want to give you the floor to tell me I told you so and tell me what an idiot I am and how I missed this all.
Well, the timeline has always been weird to me because when it ramped up, everyone jumped on board and that was great because that's what I wanted. But I think I talked to you and Tukey probably early on, maybe back in 2022 about Steel Toe. And Tukey just mentioned Chad. And that was a big reason that maybe WATB didn't necessarily want to rip on Steel Toe because him and Chad were fighting. And then Chad would have claimed it as a win. That's how I remember the timeline. Am I half crazy?
I think that was last year, but I don't know. I don't know the timeline either. But I'll tell you this, because there's a lot of theories on who I like and who I don't like. I can tell you, I don't sit there and think about who am I going to talk about? Will that give someone a win? And will someone else think they'll align with so-and-so? I just review podcasts. And if I find it interesting and I'm enjoying it or I'm hating it for certain reasons, then I review it. And this is exciting.
I'm not getting on anyone about it. I just remember at the time there was some interest in Steel Toe, but that was the whole thing because Chad was such an asshole. If you would have said anything anti-Steel Toe, Chad would have been like, Carl's an asshole and he agrees with me. You know, it was
I don't care about that stuff. I don't spend any time watching Chad, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, this was when
I was covering Chad. Yeah, that's true. I was paying a little more attention back then.
What I'd quickly say in defense of you, Carl, at the time when it first, I couldn't stand Steel Toe and I never could, but like for your show, there's not necessarily clips that you can just grab and goof on. Whereas for Melton's a completely different style.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I didn't feel it worked for you to do at the time. And then once a bit of time goes past, it's like Melton's done it all. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to get involved.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, and you guys tell me what you think about this, because I did check in. I was on Steel Toe show. He interviewed me on a show. I did check in on it a little bit back when I first knew about it and discovered it. I watched when he had Anthony Cumia on. It was a better show back then. Now, I'm not saying it was a great show, but it's gotten so bad. It's unbelievable. It's just nonstop begging for money and reading the chat and not even responding to it. It's insane what he's doing now. He doesn't have any hot takes when he gets to the news stuff. It's all just, we all know about that. Every other show's covered it. So it's not a good show anymore. It was better.
He's always checking in with the chat now. That's all he does.
Yeah, it's weird.
And when he redesigned his set, he made it worse with every new step. I mean, look, I'm pulling off his new set better than him, and I'm still half drunk.
To be fair, he now has his head in the middle of the Steel Toe banner, which I think is just phenomenal. Like his head perfectly covers the boot. But no, you're right, Carl. It was like, I remember first hearing it and going, this is not for me, but I can see why people like it. Yeah. And people in the Dabbleverse were talking about going, it's a solid morning show. But then Melton started doing mornings, and then Shuley went, I'm going to do mornings. And some more people started doing mornings and realized, they're not as good as these other guys.
By the way, mornings suck. I hate that one. Dude, this is the earliest I think I've ever done something like this. It's annoying. And I know, Tukey, you're up even earlier than I am for this, so thank you.
It sucks.
It sucks.
And I was even trying to fill Melton's spot when he took off Wednesdays. But I had to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. Fuck that.
Fuck that. It sucks. By the way, speaking of morning shows, Be Dabbling Live is on right after this. We're going to get out of here by 10 o'clock so that people can go over and check out.
We can do overtime.
El Horrible. Yeah, but, we want to watch El Horrible.
Tukey's here, so El Horrible will wait.
Well, I usually have to prep for WATP during Be Dabbling Live, so it's hard for me to sit and watch. So today I get to actually watch because my band's playing this evening. So I can hang out.
Oh, you know what? Screw it. Tukey, send me the link. I'll come on with Dabbling Live, all right, after this.
Anyone can come on. I'll send everyone the link. You guys
send me the link then, because I'm set for at least another hour and a half.
Well, because, anyway, we're just going to talk about Steel Toe. I'm hoping to take calls. Tukey will not be on Be Dabbling Live. It will be El Horrible. We'll take calls. I just want to talk about all this Steel. I mean, nothing else is going on. I love how John... Yeah. Like, I haven't even watched John in the last 3 days. Fuck John. Fuck your old news, John.
Can I comment on that real quick? Because what I'm really interested in to see, and I didn't know what John did yesterday, but I'm really interested to see how John tries to insert himself into this storyline. Because he came on his show Thursday, and of course he's watching MLC where Aaron's on there, and he goes, I don't know anything about Aaron. I don't care. Who cares about this guy? April, I guess she's hot. I don't know. I don't give a shit about it. And then after Quadfather comes down and goes, yeah, April just got arrested with this guy, Nick Rekieta. He's like, I don't know who that is, but you can tell that John's going, oh shit, this is turning into something interesting. I gotta get myself involved in this.
Oh no, I got some homework.
As soon as Melton finished his snipe of MLC, I just went looking for something that was live because I was like, somebody will be talking about this, surely. Yep. And I saw Stuttering John was live, and so I clicked on it, and he had Quadfather on. I was like, yeah, here we go. And it was just the same bullshit that it always is, and I'm like, all right.
Everyone was covering it.
It was insulting. That's the one thing. Melton deserves to take victory laps. There's a lot of people that have been on this beat a long time, but when you see like John and Quadfather trying to give anyone information on Steel Toe, it's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yes. You should be taking a bow, Soft. I know this is a very proud moment for you.
It is very proud.
You were like the mother of the coked out ex-bride. So you should be very proud of you. I know you've been working very hard with Steel Toe Boring Show.
You're drinking a beer right now, Soft?
Yes, I am.
Oh, boy.
The alcoholic. Everyone's an alcoholic in this fucking universe.
Sorry,
Dude, listen. I planned on coming in totally sober, but I was up till like 2 a.m. covering the shit, and then I only slept till like 5 because I heard Melton. I wanted to get Melton's show in before I came on.
You got a tough schedule there, Soft. We all feel for you, buddy. That's rough.
I'm gonna say, Carl, and I know you won't like this, Carl, and I understand why you wouldn't like Muttering Jay, but I do still kind of enjoy Muttering Jay, and I kind of get the bit. And today, him posting about how April Imholte and Aaron Imholte should contact Stuttering John to help with their demons. To me, that's a hilarious tweet. Like asking Stuttering John, the biggest drunk on the internet, to help Aaron and April. I don't know. I think that's a funny tweet.
Well, it's funny because John will take the bait. He'll be like,
exactly.
I am the guy who can help these people out for sure. Yeah. Oh, but this is what I wanted to say real quick, because we did Dabble Point yesterday, and we had Shuley and EDR and Missy B, and we're talking about Stuttering John, because Dabble Point is a weekly roundtable discussion about Stuttering John. Now, we did get into Nick Rekieta, Aaron, April stuff, because everyone's paying attention to this. It's fascinating. So we did talk about that. But Kevin Brennan goes on his show and he goes, fucking Carl's still talking about Stuttering John. What an idiot. Like, it's a show about Stuttering John. We do it every week on Fridays. That's why. Could you imagine we come on Dabble Point and I'm just like, yeah, so Maddox was suing Dick Masterson. Be like, what the fuck? What is he talking about? We don't know about this stuff.
Well, it was funny.
That's what I want to say to you, Carl, is Stuttering John has been a gold mine for you and many other people. And I remember long ago listening to you cover Stuttering John. And it's like, man, finding a person like that or a show like that is a once in a lifetime thing.
Yes.
And then boom, look what happened to me. And this is now only round 1 because he got like 1,000 new subs last night. Aaron thinks he's on top of the world again. It's all starting over.
Well, Stop, before you got here, I think that right now, he's living off of this. He's the insider in the Nick Rekieta drama. So he's getting all these people who are Nick Rekieta fans or Nick Rekieta haters to now check in on Aaron. What's he going to say? What does he know? What's the inside information? That's not going to last very long.
No, because those Rekieta Kiwi Farms guys have been contacting me for quite a while. They're not his friends.
No, definitely not.
No, and even Melton last night was sort of catching people up on it all. Mm-hmm. And it's annoying to us regular listeners being like, yeah, we know this, Patrick, but he saw the bump in numbers. There's all these Rekieta people that are coming over to see what's going on. So yeah, at the end of the day, it is the thing of, yeah, sure, these people are coming to watch. You got yourself some drama, but what's your show, man? What's your show? There is no show.
Well, Aaron has come out and said for the first time in his life, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't have a GM. He doesn't have a wife. So he's finally going to do a good show, which is also a crazy thing to say. Never predict that you're going to do something. Just do it. By the way, guys, I want to let you know, WATP in the month of June is going to be the best month we've ever had. You're going to want to tune into every episode. It's going to be fantastic. Just fucking do it. Don't tell us you're going to.
Fun show. Very cool.
Very cool.
And don't tell everybody that you're the best broadcaster. Let them decide.
Yeah, no shit. You know what I mean? It's a little more powerful if it's coming from a third party. Mothman BR with 2 somethings. Hopefully you'll open your eyes about Mersh next. Yeah, let's go after everyone. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's fucking.
You know what? I heard that Vito Giswaldi is a... All right. Douche of the Dabbleverse, $5. I've been perplexed since Aaron's first appearance on WTP that Carl would be friendly with such a douche spaz as Aaron. Mm-hmm. All right, I had a blind spot, I guess. Mm-hmm. Andy says, shout out to Rochi. We're doing shout outs now, Andy? Is that what we're doing on here?
It's not a morning zoo.
Michael C. said, will Tukey and Carl wife swap? Who gets both? Now that's a good question.
This weekend.
That's right. In Vegas.
Oh, we might even do Advil. 3 times. We might snort some Advils.
Crush it up.
Damn it, Carl, you've had enough Advil.
Flat Cat Jessica. We should recreate that on Tukey Soup on Saturday night.
Remember
Let's do a
when
fake intervention for someone.
Remember when he was hungover, obviously from a night of getting high with the Reketas, and he came on the next day and tried to say he'd done a 5 milligram gummy, and whoa, was it powerful?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 5 milligrams.
Do you know what the best? Like the biggest
Where do you
dope.
even find 5 milligrams?
The biggest dope Stevie Lou was like message him going, "Oh yeah, man, the first time you try it, it's going to affect you for a couple of days." It's like,
Right.
you're
Stevie
an
was
idiot.
trying to suck up to him when the rest of the world was laughing at the statement.
Flat Cat Jessica $2 says, why is Steel Toe forgetting his 3 kids were involved? And that's a great point, because he keeps pretending like he wasn't bringing his children over to the house where they party at and just do drugs and party all the time. So now he's
And
acting
again,
like,
the
no, I
things
protected
he-
my kids. Okay.
He even bragged about making Rekeita's kids SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. But also, again, he forgets the things that he says. At the very end of his solo stream the other night, he said they were into that stuff well before I met them. So as soon as you met them, you knew they were into drugs, and you took your kids over there. So
No
And
shit.
last night we went through the timeline and we figured out that when Rekieta replaced Chrissy on the comedy show, that's when they met, and like about 5 weeks later was the first time April called in sick for work and Johnny had to zoom in.
Interesting.
So it was starting way back
It
then.
happened quickly.
Yes.
Timothy McD coming in with $5. People asking Carl to apologize for speculation need to touch grass. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I got to talk to Gino about this, because Gino's been on this thing. I think he's doing a show today to talk about some behind the scenes text messages with him. And
Well,
I want to play with Gino.
Keanu was on Win by 2 yesterday, and she didn't really spill anything, but Gino's a little mouthier than she is, so he might
true.
drop some stuff.
But Gino coming out and saying, why are people interested in this story?
Yes.
Is insane. Like,
No, that's
Gino,
what I'm
what do you mean? Like, Aaron's been talking about this and lying about it forever, and now all this shit comes out. We're supposed to be like, all right, well, nothing to see here. Moving on.
It's literally he went in there with his wife, and one day he walked out without her. Literally, like, how does that
That's what I was
happen?
going to say about Gino is because my whole thing is Aaron surrounds himself with dumb people, you know, and they're easily fooled and da-da. And I was like, oh, I don't want to lob Gino and Kiki in on that. And then Gino just went full retard. And
All right, jury's out in my book, but okay.
no, because it's seriously, like you're gonna lash out at people because it's your friend, and Gino can't wait for your exclusive from the person that's been lying for months. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a great fucking scoop that you got, because we know Gino's texts. What are they considered a perjury in Minnesota if you lie in a text to Gino?
Yeah, right. DRWC show $5 says, calling into work means you believed Aaron is a human being and not a trash bag of meat and bones. Much love, duders. Cardiff stinks at Tetris.
Well, you got to remember, calling into work for her is just being upstairs going, I'm not doing the fucking show.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all calling in was. I'm still high or whatever, you know. But that's how quick it started. I think it's funny because they didn't miss the show, Carl. You knew how they were. You know, that was serious. That's their job. That's what they do. You know what I mean? And she starts calling in and not showing up, and she's right upstairs. She's younger than any of us. How sick can she be?
Right. I mean, people do get sick.
Yeah,
but I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, not once a week. You got to miss work once a week. You'd be unemployed.
Yeah, but that's also why I was kind of I was with Carl in the beginning. I was
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, things are moving way too fast.
Yes, it seemed
This
like
is
it was.
insanity.
It seemed like someone was making it up.
Right.
There's no way this is actually happening. And thank you for DRWC for saying, yes, I believed Aaron was a human being and not a giant narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
But also the thing is, you guys feel like it moves so fast is because Aaron lies to you so much.
Yes.
This stuff has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't just happened in 6 weeks. It's happened over 6 months. He's just compressed it into 6 weeks because he lies and lies and lies.
Of course.
Yeah, he says it moved very
Poor
quickly.
Tukey.
I'm sorry. Go, Tukey. I'm sorry.
Tukey's trying to get it working.
No, but I'm just saying, Oh shit. Ghost off. Now I forgot what I was gonna say, you sons of bitches.
Well, that's what Aaron does is he tries to make it all short like it happened quickly, but for people that were there, no, this has been rolling out slowly. That's why we all saw it coming, because if you've lived life and seen it, seen things happen to people or yourself, we all watched it roll out, but Aaron just kept lying and lying and lying.
But he hasn't even missed a show. Like, the show has gone. Like, I understand this is his job, and even if you're going through a divorce, you still have to do your job. But I mean, he could do a show at any time. Like, he was still on schedule. He was still making all his shows. He wasn't even able to make himself cry. He seems to have absolutely no feelings towards
I know.
It's just
so
like,
insane.
well, there's another one. Another one bites the dust. Better luck next time.
He pulled up her mugshot and tried to make himself cry and abandoned that after 5 seconds. Like, this isn't going to happen.
I tried.
I don't even recognize her anymore.
I don't even recognize.
But isn't that beautiful as well? My wife just got arrested. Oh, well, fire up the live stream and throw her mugshot on the screen. Like,
Yes.
Right?
So he's so opportunistic.
Super chat, PayPal.
Yeah, he goes on MLC, and the whole plan, Aaron's plan for the week was, I'm going to go on MLC, no show on Friday. He's got his daughter's graduation or whatever, and then he's got the holiday weekend. So he's like, I'm just going to take the 4-day weekend. I'll be on MLC, whatever, it'll be fine. No, he goes on MLC. And then because of this news breaking, he does a live show after that. And then he does another live show the next morning. He wasn't supposed to do any of these things. And he's just reading super chats, just raking in the dollars now.
And that bastard child, I had to go to her graduation or else I could have stayed on more.
Yeah. Right, I'm surprised.
Damn it, Emily. Damn it, Emily. Why did you have to be born? I could have been making thousands today.
I got to say, Tukey, your Aaron is better than any of the AIs I've heard, man. That's beautiful.
I've been working on it. Thank
You're
you.
killing it, for sure.
God damn it! I should have done more. I could have gotten them out. I should have set the house on fire and forced them out.
We're gonna need a remarkably in there at some point.
Remarkably.
Carl, out of the clips I sent you, if there's one I want you to play, it's the one that's ST Troll Expert. I think this is perfect.
Okay. This is from Soft.
No, this isn't.
Soft Weekly says, you two crazy kids will still be together when I'm dead. That's not saying much. It could be tomorrow. Who knows? Well, but it's a win is a win.
As long as we make it to your death.
Right. Soft Weekly, as long as we're holding hands when you draw your last breath on this earth, I'm going to be a happy guy.
Victory lap.
All right. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Victory lap.
I want to point out, Aaron said 4 times cocaine, 6 times Molly.
Yeah.
I know he's grown the goatee, but you go back to that shot, his face looks a lot fatter back then. Have a look at that.
Well, he said he was losing weight. Remember when he was pretending him and April were still together and everything was fine, but he was also going out with his friends all the time, singing karaoke, losing weight, like all this stuff that happens when you're going through a breakup or a divorce.
Oh, yeah, no, he looks much better now. Yeah.
You notice when he talks about his friends, it means that doofus Matt or his neighbor that he karaoke's in the garage with. That's his friend, sir.
Well, there's also that married woman that he has the hots for, so see how that plays out.
Thing. Can you imagine? I couldn't imagine going to karaoke, meeting a woman, like kind of vibing with them, and then going on a live stream and telling people about it.
Yeah, that's the part that's insane, because Aaron wants to play it both ways. It's like, guys, I have a private life here. Let's protect it. But then he has the hot. He has a crush on a girl, and he can't stop himself from talking about it.
Insane.
Yeah, he's hoping someone will tell her, Aaron talked about you on his show, man. He must be into you. You know, it's like it's nerd shit.
I missed that story. That wasn't his neighbor's wife he was hitting on. It was a friend of that family or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
someone from the street, further down the street.
Oh.
The husband was away for work. Yeah.
Oh.
Joseph Collins says the Rekieta stuff is expanding outside the Dabbleverse. Politico and law podcasts are talking about it. Yeah! How could you not? Nick Rekieta. I said this when we were in Philadelphia a year ago. We were in Philly with the Dick Show. Nick Rekieta was there. And I remember saying, like, Nick's more famous than all of us combined. Like, Nick has a huge following, and he kind of came up through Dick Masterson. I think him and Dick working together was kind of his starting point on the internet. And he's huge now. So, yeah, I think this story's going to have some legs. Did you guys see the arraignment video yesterday?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to, because I want to plug people that help too, but my buddy John from Win by Two played that yesterday on his show. He he was in there at the arraignment. I also sent you a Snapchat. I was at April's arraignment, just a picture when we were for her speeding ticket. We've been watching her a long time, but John played that yesterday. I want to give Win by Two a shout out as much as Melton. Those two, when I was doing the sub, those are the two guys. When I first saw their first videos, I was like, holy shit, I'm not on an island. Other people see what I'm seeing, so those guys were instrumental. And Toucan Sam, people call him Sam V. That guy's covered him a long time with me. He's the other moderator of the sub. Sam's a wild card, but he's been spot on.
All right, so Soft, I have to ask you a question because you're taking a lot of victory laps here. You're patting yourself on the back. I realize you're giving shout outs as well, but does this make you happy that this all happened because you predicted it or because you want bad things to happen to Aaron?
No, it makes me happy because I predicted it. Dude, I've been divorced and I don't think that's funny. I don't think people getting arrested is funny. I'm not happy that any of this happened, but it's like when I was making jokes and just calling shit as I see them and observing stuff. And then every day you get called an idiot or a retard,
Well, hold on a second.
I think that's just because of the way you talk.
Yeah, people call you that because you're drinking at 9:30 a.m. is the reason why that's happening. But
hey, he's in Australia.
But I want to just point out, though, Soft, and listen, you be you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. But when John dies of alcoholism in a couple of years, I'm not going to do a fucking victory lap about it. I'm not rooting for that to happen. You know what I mean?
No, but you'll cover it.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'll cover it. Yes.
Can I just
emergency show. Yeah, what's up, Aussie guy?
Sorry, just that Soft's lighting is better than Steel Toe's lighting if you look at the background compared to his face.
Yeah, it actually makes sense.
And check it out, dude. I just have the blinds open. I don't have any studio lights on at all. I just have the blinds open and my shit up. That's what I'm saying. Aaron's a pro broadcaster, dude. I'm a drunk idiot. And look,
no one told me there was going to be boasting.
You're killing it, buddy. Let me get back to the chats, and then I want to get a update from Tukey on what we're going to hear on Be Dabbling Live later this morning. LL Cooley $5 says it took 3 felonies for Carl to catch up. Great foresight, Carl. Soft rules. We win, buddy. We win.
We do win.
Yeah, what do you win? He's still waiting for your Aaron divorce prize to come in the mail.
Carl, I love covering Steel Toe, and this is round 2. You know what I mean?
All right.
I got a whole bunch more to do now.
So it's a compelling story. It's made more and more interesting. So yes, for that reason, I understand why you're excited.
Carl, why are
Tukey's making money over there? In the chat because I'm too lazy to type shit. Love both of you more than a friend.
People are saying
I'm a scary rapist guy.
Oh, that's funny.
They're sending super tips.
That's hilarious. That's great.
Sorry.
I love it.
Sorry.
Carl, why are you yelling? I'm trying to enjoy the show. I'm sorry, Peter Sky Parker. The big unit. This Steel Toe drama is a nice break from Stuttering John. There may be a new Duke of the Dabbleverse. If Aaron is in the crosshairs, SJ will get super jealous. Okay, guys, I'm going to declare a work right here on the internet, all right? Let's all ignore John and just talk about Aaron for the next week and see how John reacts to that. He's
way
going to lose
ahead
his
of
mind.
you. Way ahead of you.
The thing about it, and you know what's funny? Every time it comes up, like someone is the new Stuttering John. That's the thing, because Stuttering John, like he runs the gamut of like all of the things that are wrong with being a broadcaster. Like he ticks every box of what's wrong.
Correct.
And so when somebody checks 3 or 4 or 5 of those boxes, you go, he's the new Stuttering John. But nobody can come close to Stuttering John.
I haven't found it yet. No, that is correct. I mean, Opie was there for a minute. But even Opie is not Stuttering John. Douche of the Dabbleverse. Pretty sure Rocco doinks Tukey. I would. There's confirmation.
Yes.
Rocco Phil Tukey.
What?
Mark Abatista, $5 says, I'm pretty sure the swinging was around before the Rakishis. When they took the random guy to Vegas and shared the room. I could be wrong, though. TWO.
That's when it came up.
There's also
when
on
the room
1 by 2 in 23, John speculates that Gino and Kiki are going out to Minnesota to swing with the Imholtes. I mean, the speculations have been out there for a long time.
If Kiki touched Aaron Imholte, I've lost a lot of respect for Kiki. I'll say that.
So I don't want to speculate on anyone's love life. I don't really care what they're fucking doing. But I will say that just seeing Aaron and Keanu together, they have no chemistry. They're very awkward. So they don't seem like a couple people who've seen each other's genitalia. That's just my observation on that.
Good point.
A Queef in the Night, $5 says, please send Pepsi points in box tops so we can hit Aaron's goal. Let's do it for April.
Yeah, let's do it for April.
That was another point that Melton made. And I guess the reason why we're all talking about it is because Aaron talks about the goal so fucking much. And he's constantly rattling the plate for you, the collection plate. And so he made a good point when he said he's made thousands of dollars in the last couple of days. Will he take that off of the goal for the next show? We'll be like, today's goal is just $100, guys, because we did so well.
Yeah, because he always talks about the grift from everyone else. We only take what we need. We just need $350 a day. Yeah.
Yep.
With his convoluted math, we get 7 of that. So
he's been talking about lowering the goal and giving Johnny more money and giving Kiki more money and stuff. And he keeps saying as soon as we can get April off the books, which we didn't understand really, but what we figured out because he slipped right before the arrest is Steel Toe. The goal pays for her truck payment. So as long as she has the truck, she's on the books. So that's part of the goal is April's truck payment. That's why the goal's not down yet.
Well, yeah, all their bills are part of the goal.
That's exactly. Somebody that used to be on the show still has a truck, so that's part of the listener's goal.
I mean, Aaron throws money into Steel Toe, throws his own personal money into Steel Toe to hit the goal.
Yeah, that's
extra.
Well, I might as well move my money from this account to that account.
This is like, so Stuttering John and Kevin Brennan I was watching both talk about how Shuli's faking these super chats and these memberships and they're buying it themselves. I'm like, what kind of business model is this?
Stupid.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't get away with it. I would start a business right now if I was my own customer and I made millions of dollars from it. Actually, maybe there is a way to do that.
I'm interested in your newsletter.
Yeah, right. Georgia Peach.
Sorry, I love when Shuli's Anonymous posts a screenshot of a super chat and says, look at this fake super chat. Here's the proof. It's like,
yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Georgia Peach $10 says, I agree with you, Carl. He was allowing people to super chat incels and he read them with a smile to her face. So this being a work where she gets insulted again ain't far-fetched. Thank you. Was I way off on this? Yes. I was completely wrong on every account when I said that this was all a work. But I was rooting for Aaron. I wanted him to actually be a real guy and do a thing.
All this time, he's been reading those insulting chats to her face while they've been on the show together, and you haven't seen that because you don't
I haven't seen that. No, I don't pay attention. Colin, and that's why I have you guys on today to tell me I'm an idiot, and I appreciate it. Colin coming in, member for 2 months. Aaron is going to go ballistic when April starts blowing other guys and Tukey.
Yay!
That's got to be a Photoshop, right? Someone can put that together. SJ Snot Rocket, $5. What's the backstory? Where did they get busted? Minnesota Coke can't be that good. I wouldn't think so either, but Nick Rekieta's got some resources.
We always speculated it would be meth as well because it's Minnesota and it's much easier to get. That's what we always speculated. That's true. So we got that wrong.
That's a funny thing too, because I came on my show and I go, the way that Aaron's implying, this is like a week or so ago, the way Aaron's implying they're not getting any sleep, they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, they have kids. I'm like, it's either coke or meth. And I love that like the MLC universe picked up, I'm like, Carl said it was meth. Carl said it was meth. I said, it's either coke or meth. Those are the two things that you would do. I wasn't saying it was one or the other. I don't know.
Chad was threatening to rape April at one point, but he was like, Carl's being so fucking irresponsible saying that April's on meth. I mean, this is a girl who has a life. I mean, you can't just irresponsibly say she was on meth. April, I'm going to rape you. If I see you in the street, I'll rape you. It's like, what the fuck?
He's an insane person. Go
Carl,
ahead,
that just hits on a note point of mine. Just a quick one. The lies that Aaron said that you were telling. So the first lie is Carl is a liar because he said Aaron and Chad were going to team up.
No, that was the thumbnail. The thumbnail was Aaron and Chad teaming up, ? I didn't say they were going to team up.
No, but regardless of all that, at the end of MLC, what had happened? Aaron had invited him to do the roast at the 10th anniversary show.
Fuck, you're right. Oh shit.
Yeah, so,
and you know what? And Melton predicted that too. He goes, we know what's going to happen. They're going to have this little fake feud. And then by the end, everyone's going to be singing Kumbaya.
The second one was Carl said April was doing meth, and Aaron said, no, that's not true. How would you know, Aaron? You haven't seen her in 7 weeks. And when they got arrested, there was cocaine, ketamine, and all sorts of other stuff they couldn't test for. So there's every chance there was meth. And the third thing was,
by the way, the police report even says coke or meth.
Right.
Exactly.
Because they hadn't determined it yet. So
I think
the jury's
if it
still
comes
out.
math, that'll be the more reasonable thing in my head. That makes more sense.
Hey, Soft, if it turns out to be meth, can I do a victory lap? Can I come on your show?
And the final thing is, Carl said it was a work. That doesn't make Carl a liar. That makes him an idiot.
That's true. I'll give him that.
I got no problem with that last statement.
Yes, that does not make me a liar because I literally said, and you can go back and watch the tape. It's still up there. I said, this has to be a work. Otherwise, Aaron is an awful person and a giant narcissist. And I said, if I'm wrong, that just means that Aaron's a shithead. And so I was
you're
wrong.
right still. Yeah, but you're right because he is an awful person.
Yeah, so there you go. So SJ Snot Rocket, I don't know if we gave you the whole backstory, but watch Nobody Likes Onions. He'll get caught up. Mason in Portland, new show idea. Who yells the loudest into the mic with Carl and Joey C? Oh, I like that idea. Am I yelling too much this morning? Shot out of a cannon today, Robin. TV's Will Heron's here. Shut your pie holes. Aaron's life melting down brought me 200 new subscribers. Congratulations. Will.
It got me 6 on my channel. So
nice.
When
I
I
subscribe
plug my
to your channel
later.
so.
I better get a fucking bunch. Jesus.
What's your channel? United States of Australia?
Yeah, youtube.com/@United States of Australia. Please just subscribe and put a video on mute and just let it play. I don't care if you listen to it. Just let it play.
Oh, stop it. You should listen to it. The Aussie guy does a great job over there. So definitely check that out. All right. So Tukey, you got to jump off in a minute, go do Be Dabbling Live. What are you guys going to be talking about? What's the topic today? What's your angle? What are we doing?
I've done no prep. I've done no work. I just want to talk about Steel Toe. I want people to call in. We'll talk about Steel Toe. I'll ask OJ is my OJ guy or my John guy. He was always watching John. So I know that even though I have not watched John, because I don't even know all this stuff about John's nephew.
Oh, yeah, that was a big
having
thing.
An issue with his nephew? Is that real?
John doxed his nephew, the nephew that's been helping him out for a long time behind the scenes, and he's been doing all these drawings, making fun of Shuley's wife and stuff.
Right.
So John, because he's an idiot, can never just like download an attachment and then have it ready for his show. He has to go into his email live on the show to find the thing to show, and he showed his nephew's name, and then his YouTube came out, and his social media and everything like that. So
is the nephew pissed at him for doing that? Like,
yes, the nephew's pissed.
Yeah.
And John is also saying that if his nephew does any of these other shows, if he goes on Uncle Rico or anything like that, he'll never talk to him again.
Oh.
John goes, no, Shuley, you better not have him on because you know that if you do have him on, I'll never talk to him again.
right.
Wait, does this ruin my chances of talking to John someday coming on here?
Oh,
Imagine-
yes, for sure.
I'm not talking about John, though. I'm talking about Steel Toe.
Yeah, but you can't be an ally, I don't think. I think that's a
Imagine
problem.
I want to talk
John's
to him
like-
about I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. You know, no one's
Yeah.
talked to him about that. There's
Sure.
the Australian angle to it.
What's that, Soft?
Imagine John's logic. He goes, listen, I've already doxed you. If you go on any of these other shows, I will no longer communicate with you.
Yeah, I know. He's
What a
just a shitty
punishment.
person all around. It's insane.
Didn't his nephew do a Twitch show or something? Was that any good? Did you watch that?
I didn't. He was supposed to be on last night. I didn't watch it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, Steel Toe, Tukey.
I know it is all Steel Toe, and that's what we'll be doing on at Be Dabbling Live with El Horrible at Be Dabbler. Check us out. Come watch us. Please call in, and we'll have some fun. Carl, thank you for allowing Tukey to be here. Soft, it was good to see you. I thought you were dead. And Aussie guy, always great to see you. I also put the link if you guys want to jump on my stream in the private chat. So it's in the private chat.
All right, if you need someone to come on and just yell over everyone,
Yes.
I could be there for a little bit.
All right.
Well,
I love you all more
that's
than a
what I'm
friend.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Bye, Tukey.
What
The
a
great,
legend. I love Rocco and Tukey and
the great
El
Tukey.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Well,
I am
yeah.
looking forward to hanging out with those
it's
guys
been-
next weekend.
It's been amazing watching just how his channel's grown and what he's expanded into. I always knew he was talented, but everything he does, dude, he's so good at it. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
I 100% agree. I didn't get the Bedorable character. You know what's sad is at the first DabbleCon, Rocco was here and I didn't really know him very well. So we didn't really talk or anything, but he was walking around as be adorable. And I'm like, this guy's just weird.
I was on his show for the first time back then. He's got way too big for me. I don't get invited anymore. But I remember being on his show and I'm like, this guy's got it. Like, he's definitely got it. And then he just took off, especially with Tuki. It's amazing.
Yeah. He knows his shit, that's for sure. Ross Dogg's Broken Spirit, $5 says, first of all, Softcast, why hasn't John DiCaprio been able to replace you? Second of all, send Robbie the link. Hashtag Mariners, hashtag Randy
Thanks,
Johnson.
Ross Dog. Robbie is my morbidly obese, closeted homosexual co-host on United States of Australia. Ross Dog's always in our chat, so thanks, Ross Dog.
Nice.
If it's why Win by Two hasn't replaced me is he doesn't necessarily want to co-host. I mean, he does a 5-hour show. He likes to talk. You know what I mean? I got in his way. Him and I are still friends all the time, but he doesn't want to co-host.
Gotcha. General Ocean Wolf, Tukey World Order, Tukey Taliban. Hey, yo, TWO is just too sweet. Aaron lost his bowl of scrimp bisque. That's about $14.50 plus tax. Weird Medicine coming in. What's up, Dr. Steve? Why I think the married woman story is a fabrication meant to be an allegory for what happened with April. Oh, Steve, look at you.
Steve,
look at you with an insight coming in hot right there. Should have sent him the link.
Look at the big brain on Steve.
Yeah, right. Go figure. All of a sudden, this guy's smart. No, that's a great insight. I love it, Sarah. Yeah, because Aaron did that thing where he was yelling at the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, but it was really just like conversation between him and April that he was reenacting, right?
Yeah.
Which is so weird. That's such bizarre behavior, man.
What about the cousin story with his ex-wife? And it started, he was talking about his cousin, but then like he got confused and it ended up being that he was angry at his cousin, not that his cousin was anyway, it was
I don't know that story.
I like this Aussie guy, man. He's deep. He's watching the show.
He goes deep.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he knows his shit. That's why he's here
Yes.
today, setting me straight. Sarah with $5 says, peacocking Aaron really thinks he's something. I look forward to the day the numbers return to nothing. That goddamn fake radio voice. Ugh.
Oh, Carl, can I put out a request to all the people that watch your show? I sent you a clip. It was called Radio 1. You don't need to play it. But I'm compiling the master super clip of Aaron mentioning his radio days. So if any of you guys ever have a couple minutes and want to clip a show,
it'll go on forever.
Radio.
That will go
I used
on
to be
forever.
a radio guy, by the way. I worked in radio about 8 years ago.
Oh, let's talk about it for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds fun.
And let's mention that you worked in, he worked in radio for what, 6 years earlier in his life. So he's a radio guy forever. I washed dishes at one point. Am I always a dishwasher?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the best analogy, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Seamus McAnus, Baldos are guy stuff. Guy stuff. Gold Folds 1, win by 2. He sucks. And again, Gold Folds 1 says, is that hooded Safrican Moody from NLO?
Very good. No, Moody's a Kiwi. I'm Australian. And no, we're not South African. Not South African at all.
Colin Madden, last night I tried to explain the Imholte Dabbleverse to someone familiar with the mainstream coverage of the Reketas. Objectively, I sounded certifiable. I know, it's so difficult. I was trying to explain this to my wife the other night. I'm like, this is so crazy. And then Nick Rekieta, she's like, who's that? I'm like, you've met him. We hung out with him, remember? Joseph Collins, $2. I have to watch Tukey Soup more TWO. Zach Hoffman, $5. What's worse, being a steel toe expert or being a steel toe expert? You make me hate everything Australian. What's up, my favorite puppet? Hey, Carl.
Thanks, dude.
And
I'm not an expert. I'm just no more than Carl. It's kind of like Carl's guitar thing with John.
Right, yes. I'm not the world's greatest guitarist. I'm just way better than John is at it.
Yeah.
Attack Dog Customs, $5 says, this is only for Tukey. I'll make sure he gets the $3.12 that we get from the 5. L Cooley, $2 says, what's the point? Steel toe point. Fun, cool show. Yes. This is it. Saturday mornings. We're doing point steel toe point.
And it's worth mentioning that LL Cooley has been with the steel toe coverage from very early on too. That guy's been following it a long time.
Yeah, a lot of people have.
The MGM Grand Facamania.
I mean, look at there's a lot of people have been following this. There's the subreddit, the Steel Toe Boring Show subreddit. I mean, I've known about the Aaron hate that's been going on for a long time. I don't know how much fun people are having with them. I can see that everyone's having fun with it now. So congrats to all of you.
Look, and I don't hate Aaron. It's the same as you for Stuttering John. All that, like,
yeah,
Milton does a great job making fun of him. It makes me laugh. You know, yeah. I don't hate him. I don't want him to see him struggle.
I know the sub seemed really mean early on. You know, it did seem really mean, but we were just watching the show, trying to, you know, have fun. I know it seemed mean, but like,
well,
yeah,
it's not everyone. It's not everyone. No, I understand. This one comes in and says, a couple of months ago, SJ said Carl is usually right.
Yeah. Lady K has not been wrong.
Yeah.
If he says he's got proof, he's got proof.
A couple of days ago, SJ says Carl got it wrong, just like always. FSJ TWI. John's a mystery to me. He says both
I was
things all
listening
the
to
time.
the other day when he said that. I was waiting for you to play that drop that you just played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it would have fit perfectly.
Well, he's a walking contradiction. I mean, you could do it.
Yeah.
I did it yesterday on Point Dabble Point, where I play him saying, you know, if you don't give me $1.99 and insult me. And then, you know, 3 weeks ago, he was going, I appreciate, even if it's $1.99, it's an insult. I appreciate all the super chats. Like, go fuck yourself. Thank you, Attack Dog Custis, for becoming a new member. By the way, if you are a member on this channel, you can watch WATP live. I put the link on the community tab. And we also do 2 bonus shows, and you'll get the links to those on the community tab. We do WTP on Wednesdays and Saturdays, except for today, because I have my band's playing a show, so we're doing tomorrow afternoon instead. Douche of the Devil for $5. Kiki wouldn't touch Aaron, but I'm cranking my harg thinking about her wearing April out with Lucy's SJ toy. Wow. That's fantasy right there. Oh, shit. Goldfolds won $2. You and Moody were both born in SA. Don't lie. South Africa. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Michael C. I don't care about Nick. I'm not into middle drama. Love it.
Brilliant.
Love it. Very good callback. All right, Soft. Is there anything else that you sent me a bunch of clips? Is there anything else you want to play before we get out of here?
No, I know the last time I was on, I sent you like 100 clips because I wanted. So I just sent a couple just for fun. You know, I think we covered it well. And after watching Melton's show last night, it's just all amazing. There's a lot of people that worked hard. Or we're covering it, you know. Yeah. It's not like there was ever really a goal, even though we were like saying, they're gonna get a divorce and we're gonna do this and that. You know, it's weird how it fell. It was fun. I just wanted to shout out Win by 2 and Sam and Melton too, because a lot of people were covering it, and I was amazed that it turned out how it did. Like I said, you had Stuttering John, and I was like, that's a once in a lifetime find. You know what I mean? You're not gonna find a show like that, and it was amazing. I appreciate you having me on. You were dead wrong about the work. Oh my God, dude. It's one of your biggest fails.
Oh, for sure. And what's great about it is that this couldn't be a more compelling and interesting storyline, the way this is all played out. And it's impossible to ignore at this point. And we'll see where it goes from there. But guys, I want to thank you both. Soft Weekly, people go to his YouTube channel, Soft Weekly, subscribe to that.
If they want to catch up of what I've been looking at, they can watch the Cope Session videos. I put a bunch of clips to music, and that'll give you a very good timeline of what we've been doing with Steel Toe over the last while.
Yeah, and those are short videos. Bang them out and get it caught up on everything that's going on. So thank you, Soft Weekly, for setting me straight. And the Aussie guy, United States of Australia, is the show. Thank you for coming on, sharing your knowledge. Is there any closing thoughts? We want everyone to get over to be dabbling live, but any closing thoughts?
I'll just give a quick one. One of the last ones in my notes is the fact that there's speculation about Aaron, whether he alerted, you know, the pastor.
Yes, I did want to get into that. Yes.
And so I've got some pretty concrete evidence here on my phone that Aaron did do it, but let me just address the key things that he said. And it's important to remember the things he said. This is the only thing that could help her. He emphasized that a couple of times.
Right.
Get them out of the house was what he said to April's parents and a friend of Nick's wife. He did keep emphasizing this is the only thing that could help her. But and the other point I wanted to make is, yes, this possibly could be the only thing, but she had multiple traffic stops for speeding recently. Right. She could have got dinged on any one of those because it was obvious she was doing whatever she was doing on Steel Toe. She was racing home to do the show with Aaron. She came dressed in a big long coat and all that. She'd clearly been out, you know what I mean? So she could have got dinged on any one of those and been arrested at any point there. But the concrete evidence I do have here right now that Aaron did.
Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. Here it is.
So Melton tweeted out that he had a source that said Aaron contacted somebody, blah, blah, blah. Aaron then replied to that and said, Patrick's fat ramblings from his basement. I love that he thinks it was me. His obsession is delicious. Now, Patrick's been right about everything, and Aaron has lied about everything. So it seems to me that is a
there's your evidence.
Proof right there.
I rest my case, Your Honor. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty good.
Well, and I have some irresponsible speculation about
please.
that too.
Yeah.
Is I think because right before this all goes down is when Aaron starts texting Kevin and they're having phone calls. I think Kevin might have put it in his ear. You should call the cops.
Wow, that is speculation for sure. I love it though.
Yeah,
that's very fun. No, the fact that and so the story is that a pastor at Nick's church went to tell the police to check on them, but we don't know who told the pastor to do that. Right?
Yeah,
the
so
speculation that Aaron might have done that.
It was an anonymous tip, and the person wanted to remain anonymous. People that struggle to read a report, like they thought that the pastor was the anonymous tip, but they named him, so that wouldn't be anonymous anymore.
Right.
So it's really dumb. But when you read further, it says the person gave him information on this particular family. The key thing,
and it was a week before this week too. They stayed on it for 7 days.
It was the 6th. I guess they've got to gather evidence and get a warrant. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what took the time. But the key thing to note is Aaron has just reconnected with at least his father, at the very least, after they kind of disowned him because of April. But now April's gone, and Aaron has been to church with his father since and has been talking a bit godly. So it is kind of interesting that a pastor did the mandatory report and got a tip from when Aaron's just started going back to church.
Yeah, because his family was very godly and they never liked April because she was from the wrong side of the woods.
It's a real Romeo and Juliet, wasn't it? Real West Side Story romance that they had. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Everyone head over to Be Dabbling Live. Hecko Burrow, member for 2 months, just got here. What the fuck? This isn't Tukey Soup. No, it's not.
It's Rookie Soup, as he wrote.
Rookie Soup.
It's me and Soft. We're rookies.
Yeah, we're rookies. We're right on.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Kyle, for having me. This has been fun.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Awesome. See you guys.
See ya.